We just got our first look at Absolute Riddler, Absolute Penguin, and Absolute Two-Face in the newest issue of Absolute Batman. And we're about to cover the entire issue for you guys from start to finish.
Peak fiction incoming.
So if you guys don't remember, the last issue consisted of Bane's origin story, where we found out that he was literally born on a battlefield in the midst of war among a group of rebels that was led by his father and fighting for the island of Santa Prisca's freedom. But upon growing up and taking over leadership of the rebellion himself, Bane eventually turned on his father and killed him in broad daylight upon making a deal with the Joker that guaranteed Santa Prisca would prosper. Nevertheless, as time continued passing, Bane would start carrying out acts of terrorism for the Joker to fulfill the other part of their agreement. An agreement that allowed Bane to ensure his family on Santa Prisca would always have a happy and safe place to live. Now, we also got to see what Alfred predicted would become of Bruce if he wasn't able to defeat Bane, which was basically a Batman-Bane hybrid being pumped up with loads of venom. But upon finding out that that was just a prediction, we then saw that the first stage of Bane's plan to lure Bruce out from hiding was going after all of his closest friends. This issue, on the other hand, picks up with Bruce huffing and puffing inside of a sewer system while in complete disbelief that Croc chose to save him. But eventually Croc expressed that Bruce needed to return the favor by saving him, which Bruce interpreted as helping him find a cure. But to the reader's surprise, it wasn't even close to finding a cure, because Wayland was so disgusted with what they had turned him into that he actually wanted Bruce to kill him, stating that the hunger he experienced while in this new form was much too painful to bear. So Bruce pulled out one of the knives inside of his bat ears before slowly lifting his arms into the air and jamming the knife right next to Wayland's head because he just couldn't bring himself to kill his friend. But refusing to take no for an answer, Wayland would then latch onto Bruce's hand, trying to rip the knife out of Bruce's palm. However, right before he could successfully do so, Bruce regained full control of the blade by booting him directly in the jaw, resulting in Wayland letting out a massive roar of anger and frustration before expressing that he should have left Bruce back at Arc M and then taking off inside the sewers. So Bruce tried calling him back over and promising that they could beat this together, but to his disappointment, he received no response because Wayland wanted nothing to do with him. After that, our story switches things up by giving us a flashback where Bruce and Selina were shopping for condominiums, and after confirming that they wanted to buy it with the real estate agent, they were then given a bit of privacy where Bruce once again expressed that he didn't know how to tell Wayland that he couldn't win his upcoming fight. So Selina insisted that they help him in the same way that they were able to buy the condominium. They stopped playing by the rules. After that, our story jumps back over to present day with Bruce waking up gasping from his sleep in one of his stash houses, where Alfred indicated that he'd been completely out of it for 20 days straight since he found him collapsed on the floor of the stash house. But despite Bruce believing that he wasted way too much time, Alfred claimed that he needed even more time for his body to fully recover, expressing that Bruce probably wouldn't even fully comprehend the things that they did to his body because